It all started on a quiet Tuesday night. Maya was curled up on her couch, scrolling through her phone gallery, trying to free up some space. It was a habit she developed, reviewing and deleting old and used photos. That night, she was sorting through a collection of selfies and random shots from her weekend trip to the countryside with her roommate. The air had been crisp, the sky overcast, and they'd stopped to take some moody aesthetic pictures near an abandoned gas station. As she flipped through them, something made her pause. One of the photos, a simple, candid snap of her posing with a peace sign, had something in the background, or rather, someone, a man, far off in the distance, standing perfectly still near the old pumps. He wore a long black coat and a wide brim hat that cast a shadow over his face. Even at a distance, Maya felt a strange discomfort looking at him. He was facing the camera, facing her. Odd, she thought. She didn't remember anyone being there. Curious, she zoomed in. The face was obscured, a strange blur that made her eyes hurt the longer she stared. Still, she brushed it off. Maybe a hiker, or just a random passerby. She hadn't noticed. 2 nights later, Maya was showing her friend Carly some photos from a concert they had gone to 3 months ago. They laughed about their terrible hair, the terrible weather, and then the laughter stopped. There he was again. Same black coat, same wide-brimmed hat. This time, partially visible behind a light post. Still distant, still watching. Wait, is that? Carly frowned. That guy wasn't there. I would have noticed. That's creepy. Maya stared at the image. It's probably nothing. A security guy or something. But her stomach was twisting. That night, she couldn't sleep. She kept flipping through her photos, now deliberately scanning backgrounds. Her heart dropped every time she saw him. Birthday party? Standing by the tree line. Beach trip? On the boardwalk. Far off. Family dinner from 2 years ago. Reflected in the window. He was always there. Distant. Silent. Staring. She checked metadata. The photos were real. No edits. No filters. She even asked her tech-savvy co-worker if maybe her phone was hacked or if someone had messed with her cloud. But he just laughed. Paranoid much? It's probably just some coincidence. But deep inside, Maya knew better. This wasn't a glitch. This wasn't random. Whatever this man was, he had been following her for years, and he was getting closer. Maya couldn't shake the feeling anymore. The man, this lurker in her photos, wasn't some glitch or background stranger. He was in her life somehow, woven through her memories like a stain she had never noticed before. And now that she couldn't look away. She took a week off work, told her boss she was having migraines, which wasn't far from the truth. The real reason? She was going to find out who the man in her photos was. The first thing she did was buy a corkboard and printed every photo she could find that featured him. She even scoured old Facebook albums, email attachments, family group chats. To her horror, he wasn't just in the recent ones. He was there in photos from college, from high school, even from a baby picture her mom had sent once. There he was, reflected in the glass of the hospital nursery window, nearly impossible to spot. That man had been around her entire life. She tried facial recognition apps, Google image search, even online forums. Nothing worked. No matches. No names. No answers. The only feedback she got were sarcastic comments or creepy messages. Except for one. A reply came on a dark-themed paranormal Reddit thread, where she had posted a blurry close-up of his face. The username was just, "I'm already watched." The message was simple. He's real, and he's chosen you. She stared at her screen, heart thudding. She replied instantly, asking for more information, but the user had deactivated, vanished. Maya felt her reality unraveling. Was she going insane? Could it be a hallucination? But how could multiple people see him too? She went to the local library, hoping to find urban legends, anything. In the dusty archives of paranormal books and unsolved mysteries, she finally stumbled upon something, an old newspaper clipping from 1984. The Watcher appears again, man photographed in 14 unrelated family albums. There was a black and white photo of a family in front of a picnic table, and there, far off near the tree line, was a tall, dark figure. Hat, coat, blurred face. Maya's skin turned to ice. She found more records. Similar sightings reported across decades. Always a man who appeared in photos but was never present during the actual event. Witnesses described odd phenomena following his appearances: vanishing pets, sickness, nightmares, or worse. It was always the same pattern. The man appears in photos. He shows up in reflections. Then he visits. Maya's breath caught. Reflections. She ran home, grabbing her laptop, and checked a few recent pictures she'd taken in her bedroom mirror. Sure enough, there he was, not in the room, in the mirror, standing behind her, just out of reach. She smashed that mirror with a shoe, then covered every reflective surface she could find, even her phone camera lens. But it wasn't enough. That night, her phone buzzed, an airdropped image from an unknown device. It was a photo of her, taken from behind, inside her apartment. She lived alone, hands shaking. She went to police, showed them the photo, but there was no sign of forced entry. They filed a report, told her to get a security camera, but she didn't dare. What if putting up more cameras just gave him more ways to appear? She sat on her bed, surrounded by covered mirrors, photos stuffed in drawers and torn-up albums. Her phone vibrated again. No image this time, just a text. Soon. The word soon echoed in Maya's head long after the notification disappeared. She didn't sleep that night. She barely blinked. Her apartment felt colder than usual, still, but charged like the air before a lightning strike. Every creak in the floorboards, every car passing outside, made her jump. The thing, was getting closer. She could feel it. No longer a background figure, no longer a blurring glass. He was near, watching, waiting. The next day, Maya's friend Carly stopped by. She was worried. Maya looked like she hadn't eaten or slept in days, which was true. "You're scaring me," Carly said, placing a hand on her shoulder. "You need help." "I don't need help," Maya whispered. "I need him to go away." Carly hesitated. "Who?" Maya said nothing. Instead, she pulled out her laptop, opened a photo taken just 3 days ago, one Maya hadn't dared to look at until now. She turned the screen toward Carly. There he was again. This time, no longer in the distance. He was right behind Maya, standing at her bedroom door, barely a foot away from where she had sat. Carly recoiled. "Jesus, who is that?" "I don't know." Maya's voice was almost gone, but he's getting closer in every photo. She opened another image, a selfie from that morning. This time, the man's face was almost fully visible. It was still blurry, unnaturally so, like reality refused to fully capture him. His eyes, if they were eyes, were just deep, pitch-black pits. His smile was thin, unnatural. "Did you take that this morning?" Carly asked. "Yes." "Then how is he behind you now?" Both of them turned slowly. No one. The hallway was empty, but the feeling wasn't. That feeling of presence. A cold breath on the neck. A pressure in the room. Carly ran out of the apartment that evening. She said she'd call the police again. Maya didn't stop her. She knew no one could help now. That night, Maya unplugged everything. Phone off, laptop shut, all cameras face down, lenses covered. She sat in the middle of her living room, under the dim light of a single lamp. Around her, no mirrors, no screens, no glass, only silence. At 2:33 a.m., the lamp flickered. Once, twice, then went out. The room dropped into blackness. She didn't move. Couldn't. Her body felt pinned by invisible weights. And then she heard it, a whisper, so soft it could have been a breeze. "Do you see me now?" Maya turned her head slowly. Nothing. Then came the click of a camera shutter. Flash. Light flooded the room for half a second. And in that half second, Maya saw him, standing in front of her, inches away. Not a photo, not a reflection, not a blur. He was real, tall, wrong. His limbs too long, too thin. His face a mess of static and shifting shadows, like a corrupted video feed. He raised a hand and slowly extended a finger, placed it on her forehead. The world collapsed. Maya awoke in daylight. She was on her couch, dressed unharmed. The apartment was silent, no signs of forced entry. Her phone was on the coffee table. Shaking, she picked it up. There was one new photo in her gallery, a perfectly clear image of her, asleep on the couch, and standing behind her, arms crossed, eyes locked with the camera, was the man. But this time, his face was no longer blurred. It was hers,